TLC Timbo. I was listening to a recent Sensibly Speaking podcast with John Atack, and the discussion of prisons being for punishment, not rehabilitation, made me think of the RPF, which is obviously not a re-education camp, but actually punishment for Sea Org members. What other punishment mechanisms are available in Scientology to inflict upon staff and public Scientologists? Okay, cool. Well, let me correct you actually, because I have many, many times called the RPF a re-education camp, because that is what it is. In the spirit or tradition of Maoist re-education camps that we saw in communist China during the Cultural Revolution, and which were studied in detail by Robert J. Lifton, right? So they are very much that. And yes, it is punishment, but it's also re-indoctrination. This is really important to understand with the RPF program, is it is about getting your head clear. And it takes years sometimes to get the re-indoctrination done. In fact, the RPF is never done in less time than a year. I think the least amount of time I ever saw anybody do that program was about 2.5 years. And that was like full tilt boogie, balls to the wall getting through the thing. So it's not a short program, and it's intended to get your head straight and get you back into being a fanatical Sea Org member who will not question orders and will be very, very loyal. That's the actual end result of the RPF, or the wanted or desired end result. Okay, so that being clarified a little bit, you ask about punishments for the Scientology staff and public. Yeah, because the RPF also, by the way, is not for staff and public. It is only for the Sea Org. And but the punishment mechanisms are many, and they basically involve either physical, grueling, hard work. That's at all levels. More, the spectrum of awfulness, gets worse and worse as you go up the line. So the Sea Org members, for example, are getting the worst punishments. The RPF is re-education and punishment, but there are other punishments Sea Org members can get, like, for example, the stories we hear out of the Gold Base about people having to dig in the hot sun and dig ditches and then fill them back up, or having to work in the lake, and it's, you're just covered in all this crap and you're just out there for, all day under the hot burning sun. So you have that kind of grueling work. You also have cleaning taken to a level that is just pure torture, including, the toothbrush cleaning toilets and the tile floors of a bathroom and stuff like that. I mean, you get that kind of work, which has been dished out all the way down to the public level. I think it was Nazanin Baniandi. I forgive me if I'm getting her last name wrong. She's a celebrity. And after she got sort of busted off the Tom Cruise detail, because they were dating, and she said the wrong thing at the wrong time and pissed him off, so she ended up scrubbing toilets at Flag. So this even can go to celebrities, right? Of course, that kind of showed her what was really what, and she got out of Scientology pretty quickly after that. Let's see. So cleaning, men's projects, this could be punishment, though, is, it's a little bit different from a men's as such. I mean, a men's projects for the public and staff involve paying money, going out and promoting Dianetics and Scientology in a public venue, giving out Way to Happiness books, stuff like that. But that's not really punishment. It's amends. You're making up for having done something that you acknowledge was wrongdoing. And so you kind of agree that this was wrong, and so I'm going to do this. Although I guess I don't know. My logic might be a little fuzzy on that, because the punishment's sort of the same kind of thing. But let's see, what other things could be done to you besides paying out money? Well, of course, sometimes people just get beat on. Again, that's more Sea Org, though. I rarely heard of staff or public getting beat on. There are ethics actions that can be done. There's actually a whole list of them. There's a court of ethics, then there's a committee of evidence, and then there's getting declared suppressive. So these are the sort of the scale you have to climb in order to get all the way to getting exiled or kicked out of the church. Sometimes they skip right to the SP, but often they'll get those interim points in too. And so punishments you could face for from, say, a committee of evidence could be having to pay for and receive auditing, like security checks. Or let's see. Yeah, just having to basically demean and abase yourself. I mean, that's really debase yourself. That's really kind of what it comes down to. There's so many different ways it manifests, but it really comes down to hard, physical, grueling work, repetitive, sort of like just mind-numbing stuff. Actual physical punishments like the digging, the ditches and stuff like that. Yeah, those are the things that come to mind right now. So I guess that's pretty much my best answer to the question right now. I hope I'm not forgetting something really super significant, but those are the things that come to mind to answer your question.